Hi, everybody. My name is Jason,
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
and we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. We thank you guys very, very much for being a part of this. We are those people who believe that the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator are good for all times, that they will bless your life, they will enhance your life, that they will make your life a beautiful place to be. And we believe that Messiah Yahushua is who?
He is the son of Yahuwah. He is our Messiah, the Savior. He kept the commands. He died so we could have repentance from breaking the commands.
And when we say Yahuwah, who are we talking about?
We're talking about our Creator, the name of the Creator, the name of the Most High, the one that created the earth. He said, "Let there be light." His name was never God. That is a surtitle. That is actually a pagan origin name, which would be God, and his real name is Yahuwah. When he told Moses, "This is what you're going to call me to Pharaoh, Yod He Vod He, I am that I am," that spells out Yahuwah in Hebrew, or Yahuwah, or something similar to that.
Behold the hand, behold the nail. Yah is with us. There's a lot of cool things about that. Yahushua is Yah is with us. Now, who is Yahushua exactly?
Yahushua is the son of the Creator. People know him as Jesus Christ, but that is also pagan. That actually tracks back to Zeus. If you're calling out Jesus, you're calling out Zeus. His real name is Yahushua. There were no J's in Hebrew. There were none of those letters that were in his name, and he was never Christ either. He was Hamashiach.
Hamashiach. Okay, we are in month 9. Thank you, Caden. Thanks, everybody here. Month 9, we are in the fourth day of this week. Fourth day already of this week.
Wow.
It is the 6th day of the month on our Creator's calendar. It is the 30th day on the Gregorian Babylonian calendar. And that makes tomorrow December 1st on the Gregorian calendar. And
Also, it's Bath Day.
It is Bath Day tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Bath Day for the dogs. That is a huge thing in our house. So it took me off there for a second. I'm like, Bath Day.
Not us. That's every day for us.
Yeah, every day. Well, we should take a bath every day.
No, for the dogs.
Okay. What do you guys have? Anyone have any kind of praise and worship or anything awesome?
I am thankful for the family, the people here and listening around, the people around our table, that we can all communicate, that we all have a little bit of people that we can share our beliefs with, share our love for the Messiah, share our love for the Torah with, because there's not a lot of people out there, and when you find those special people, it means a lot to have the people around that you can commune with.
I agree. Absolutely. The people of Yah are the coolest people. They're the cool kids club, and their people of Yah are amazing. And we do have a pretty spunky little Telegram group for anybody who needs a little bit of a support group. There are, I would say there's like a lot of guys and gals in there, but there's a lot of gals. There are some guys in there, but the guys are mostly silent for most of the part. But it is a very spunky group of individuals, and they love Yah. And there's 32 in there, somewhere around there right now. And I never thought I'd make it past like 5 or 6. And it is a great place to hang out. Lots of very good information there, stuff you will not hear on YouTube, stuff you will not hear anywhere else. This group of people are extremely awake. And in this time of season, in this world that we are in, it is best to hang out with the people who are wide awake. And that way you don't end up making horrible decisions when the powers that be come by and force things upon you. Okay, let us get into our handy dandy split screen. We did it, almost. Very, very close. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That is the best drummers anywhere in South America. I will guarantee that. You guys have a really good beat on this whole thing, so I appreciate that. Anyone else have anything else that we need to go over at all? Youth for Yah, we got that uploaded last night.
That was
in Spanish. And tomorrow is Youth for Yah, the final.
The last one in
The
Proverbs.
very last one in Proverbs, Youth for Yah.
And probably the last one with the title of Youth for Yah.
Yep, probably the very last one with Youth for Yah. Next thing, it's we're gonna do like Youth for Yah. Don't forget Pa. But
Everyone with Yah.
yeah, everyone with Yah.
We don't know what book we're going over yet.
We don't know what book we're going to go over. I have no idea.
We like spin a wheel or something.
I thought James would
What do
be.
you guys think?
I thought James would be a good one to go over.
James would be good, but it's pretty short though.
It's 5 chapters, so it'd be
Five chapters.
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
I'm open to anything really.
I thought Maccabees would be
We do
cool.
Maccabees, Jasher.
Well, the other day I was going to do another lesson on Sirach. Sirach, the whole thing, what Eli reads out of all the time. And your mother would not let me. She's like, well, that would be a good book for everybody to go over. And it was really, really good. Do you guys know about the history of Sirach and all?
So I don't think I've read Sirach.
So it's actually a really good book. It looks like the grandson of Yahushua. Not
Joshua.
Joshua, yeah,
was
but
like-
it's Yahushua. It's Yahushua. Actually, I think Joshua's is Yahushua, and the son of the Most High is Yahushua.
It's spelled the same way in the Paleo Hebrew dialect.
Is it
Yeah.
the exact
Exact same
Paleo
way.
Hebrew? Okay, because I know that if you look at one of them, one is with an O and one is with a U. Yahushua and Yahushua. Okay, and so yeah, the history of that is essentially it was a book. It was a very good book of wisdom. So I guess if you guys haven't read that, and we don't know about that. Eli's probably the only one that has read out of that because he gets all of his lessons out of that because it's easy, right, Eli? Is it super easy to find lessons? Yeah. So that's Eli's cheat book right there. He
Only,
might
only for the first 35 chapters.
there's only 35 chapters.
The rest is about like history stuff.
Oh, okay. So 35 chapters, we have good stuff. All right. So is that the vote? Is that what we should do? You guys want to do this, Rock?
Sure,
I guess we could do a little quorum here. All right. Everybody out there, anyone who actually listens to it, there's only like 5 people that listen to this now because we had to switch channels. There's not a lot, but for those out there, if you guys have a book recommendation, we are, I think we might do Sirach. And it's like, I don't know if it's Sirach, but it's Sirah or something like that. And it's called the Wisdom of Sirah, right? And it's not Sirach. So anyway, we will try that. And so in 1 week, we will hang out. We will do this live. It will be kind of like the Shabbat, but it will be on Thursdays. So we'll do it live. We'll hang out with everybody out there. And we'll try to do it a little later since we'll probably, the way we're doing it, we can catch everyone there. So let's get going. All right, Luke 10. After this, the Adon appointed 70 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him into every city and place where he himself was about to go. Sorry, just dealing with dogs here. Then he said to them, "The harvest indeed is great, but the workers are few. Therefore pray to the Adon of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Go, see, I send you out as lambs into the midst of wolves." Okay, I found it very interesting. 70. He took 70 others, right? Where do we have this number before 70?
Well, we have 70. Where do we have 70? Why can't I
Seven-
remember?
Yeah, Tower of
there's
Babel. We had 70
languages.
angels, and they changed the languages to 70 different languages.
I was thinking 50 for a minute. I was thinking like
It's
50.
70.
No, I don't remember 70 other than 70 languages.
Yeah, 70. We just read that. That 70 angels went out and confused the languages of those at Babel.
It could be these guys speak like each different language or something like that.
It possibly
So
could.
there's 70 languages going out to all languages.
That could. What does this tell us though about the Messiah? I guess. I mean, there's 70 people that he has.
He was good at leading.
He's good at leading. There were 70 people at least that had the faith of Messiah Yahushua right there at that time.
Well, this is 70 others other than the 12 that are already
Right.
around.
So
So
1282, really.
right, 82 that we know of.
And then Mary Magdalene. She-
So this would be interesting. What do you think the qualifications would be? I mean, so we know of the 12, and we know of Yehuda Iscariot, or the evil one. So there's 11. We have 70 here that are willing to go into every city, and he was about to go. Basically, what are they doing? Why are they going into the city first? Why?
Because basically they're going to the lost sheep of Israel, where the state of their at is they're Torahless. Everywhere is Torahless, and if they have a Torah, it is the Talmud. It is the books that are completely wild, like wash your hands, wash your dishes, have some ritual stuff going on that is not in the Torah. And Messiah Yahushua is trying to restore the Torah to the people, so he sent out 70 people to go to Israel, the parts of Israel, Judah, to go teach these people.
And what would you call those people that went there before Messiah went there?
Messengers?
Kind of like messengers, kind of like the pre. I mean, they basically were getting the places ready, right? They wanted. He says, "Go send them 2 by 2 ahead of him into every city," right? And so these are the cheerleaders, the champions, the people that were like, "Here comes the news. Here comes the good news. Here comes the Besorah," right? And so all these cities were being prepared that Messiah Yahushua was able to go in and around them.
And I bet these people weren't like highly regarded people. They were probably like fishermen, poor
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
people that were lowly and things like that. And they had the spirit. They were willing to go do this work.
Yeah, and you would have to be strong to do this, right? You would have to be strong in your faith. You would have to be strong in your courage that you were able to do this, because I mean, you're talking to people and telling people that the Messiah they've been expecting all these years has been here. lot of people aren't going to believe you, right? A lot of people are going to, this could be what people say is anti-scripture, right? Oh, there's a Messiah here. And if you did not understand the prophets and the Torah before that, you wouldn't know the Messiah was on his way. So this might be something big. You might get beat up for doing this. Okay, 5. Actually 4. Do not take a purse, nor a bag, nor sandals, and greet no one along the way. Okay, hold on here. Was he saying to go footless, or is he going shoeless?
No, what he's saying is don't take extra sandals, right? Don't take extra things. You don't need to take what you have on you and basically that's it. Just go. Yah will provide the rest.
No, he said don't take a purse or a bag nor sandals and greet no one along the way. What?
Extra.
Extra? Why would we want to greet no one along the way?
Probably because there's Satan on the path or something, or Satan was going to turn these people away. There were demons or something that was in that time, something that was going to stop them from delivering the word to where they needed to
Probably
deliver
get to the destination you're going and don't stop before then. Don't get off track.
Because if you stop and meet someone like, hey, come stay the night with us, and you get lost and you basically lose your mission.
Yeah, and you guys got to understand that back in the day, it's a long distance between one town to the next.
Right.
You meet somebody, more than likely, if they're good people, you might sit around and have some food, something, hang out with them. It's very interesting. Yeah. So I don't think he's not saying to take any sandals. He's don't take extra stuff. And then the king says, salute no man, by the way. So basically just get to your mission and do your job is essentially what he's saying. Okay, 5. And whatever house you enter, first say, peace to this house. And if indeed a son of peace is there, your peace shall rest on it. And if not, it shall return to you. Okay, what do we make of this, guys? What do we make of the word peace? That
Peace, I think, is a type of, I think it's spirit. I think it's a spirit of peace.
Spirit of peace. Because, if you are able to say peace, if you are able, what this says right here, if you say peace to this house, something goes on this house, right? If you say shalom to this house or peace to this house, something happens. I don't know what exactly, but it says, if there is indeed a son of peace is there, your peace shall rest on it. And if not, it shall return to you. Does that mean some sort of a spirit of peace that returns to you?
I think there might be. I think you can basically give a spirit of peace to someone.
So if you're saying peace to this house, are we saying powerful things?
It's probably some type of blessing that gives them a spirit of peace.
What do you got, Nicole?
So in the brackets on my Amplified, it says, freedom from all the distresses that result from sin be with this family.
And this is for verse
5, peace to the
5.
household.
Oh, okay. We're back a little bit. Okay, so what does it say in brackets? Yeah.
So it says, so the whole verse says, whatever house you enter, first say peace to this household. Freedom from all the distresses and the results from sin be with this family.
Okay.
So it's just saying peace to the household, and if you don't find peace there, then...
Okay, well, if your peace, I don't know. Your peace shall rest on it, and if not, it shall return to you. I think there is a spirit of peace. There's a spirit of truth. There's a spirit of Ruach HaKodesh, of holiness. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. And stay in the same house, eating and drinking whatever with them, for the labor is worthy of his wages. Do not move from house to house. Now, why wouldn't they move from house to house, you think?
Probably because they're sitting there moving from house to house. They're worrying about shelter, worrying about lodging, dealing with things that they're not basically supposed to be doing because they're supposed to be out there preaching the word.
Yeah, and sometimes when you enter into a house, I'll tell you this I was homeless. I was homeless as a youth. I was 16 years old. I lived in my car. I had lived in place to place, and some places that you stay are lesser than where you would like to stay. But when you're homeless, you really don't have much of a choice. And so there is if you're homeless and you go into a house, you're always looking, and you could always find that next better house. But if somebody is willing to open their door to you and to let you in, and I have this little story about this little Romanian family. I think I was 15 or 16, and I was homeless, and I don't think I had my car yet, but this little tiny Romanian family, she worked at McDonald's, and I was working at McDonald's at the time as well. And she let me, and they stay in a little tiny part of their house, and the house is just a wreck. It was a wreck. But I literally stayed in a storeroom, and I was so grateful to these people that, it's one of those things. And you could say, well, I don't want to stay in a wreck, but you're the one that's homeless, and you're the one that, these people brought you in. And so if somebody is willing to let you in and to feed you and take care of you, regardless of what the house is. You need to stay there and you need to work your mission. Their mission was to go through these towns and to preach the pre-Besorah, that the Besorah was on his way. And so it doesn't matter if the house is dingy or dirty or not what you're thinking your standards are. You need to stay there and receive them as they received you with love. Okay, 8. And into whatever city you enter and they receive you, eat whatever is placed before you and heal the sick there and say to them, the reign of Elohim has come near to you. And into whatever city you enter and they do not receive you, go out into its streets and say, even the dust of your city which clings to us, we wipe off against you. But know this, that the reign of Elohim has come near to you. And I say to you that it shall be more bearable for Sodom in that day than for that city. Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the miracles which were done in you had been done in Zor and Zidon, they would have repented long ago, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. But it shall be more bearable for Zor and Zidon at the judgment than for you. And you, Kephernachim, who are exalted to the Shemaim, shall be brought down to the grave. He who hears you hears me. He who rejects you rejects me. And he who rejects me rejects him who sent me. Okay, that is a very hard to understand statement. If you're preaching the good news to people and they reject Messiah Yahushua, they're not just rejecting you. They're rejecting Messiah Yahushua. And if they reject Messiah Yahushua, they reject Yah. And that is very, very scary because we do not want to be rejected on the other side. If we reject them and we are standing naked before our Creator and we are rejected, and not only are we sent to hell, but we have this guilt that we have been rejected by our own Creator, it's going to be a bad time. It's going to be a horrible, horrible eternity, and we shouldn't do this. Okay, 17. And the 70 returned with joy, saying, Adonai, even the demons are subject to us in your name. Should we discuss this? What do you got? Even the demons are subject to us in your name.
Basically, they were able to do anything they wanted to spiritually in the name of Yahushua. They were basically able to move the mountains, right? They were able to say anything inside with Yahushua's name, and it was done.
Yeah, and I mean, if they came back and they were returned with joy, saying, even the demons are subject to us in your name, what does this say?
It means his name has power.
His name has power. And, if we're saying the wrong name, if we say Jesus, and we think that we're changing things, I mean, it's there. Acts 4:12 says there's only one name under heaven by which man may be saved. So it's probably a really good idea we get this right. If we're wielding a name of the son of Zeus instead of the son of the Most High, I don't know if the demons are going to laugh at you, attack you, or run. I don't know. Okay, 18. And he said to them, I saw Satan falling out of the Shemaim as lightning. See, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and none at all shall hurt you. Wow, there's power in those words. But do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names have been written in the Shemaim. Now, this is very important stuff because a lot of us in this world are attacked by demons. We are attacked by unclean spirits. We are attacked by things we cannot see, things that we can certainly feel, but are not visible to the human eye. But they are accountable to the name of Messiah Yahushua, right? And this is what Messiah Yahushua's advice to them is just because you are able to wield a supernatural power, don't rejoice in that. But rejoice because your names have been written in the Shemaim. If our names were not written on the Shemaim, we would not be able to wield this kind of power, right? We would not have the power to be able to control the entities that are against us. Okay, 21. In that hour, Yahushua exulted in the Ruach and said, I praise you, Father, Adon of the Shemaim and of the earth, that you have hidden these from clever and learned ones and revealed them we got a typo, and revealed them to children. Okay, it's not low children, it's two. So I get a reward here because I found a typo. Okay, yes, Father, because thus it was well-pleasing in your sight. This is a good reason that we actually read these out loud. That way we know that lepers be cleansed, or is not correct, and also revealed them low children to the children. Okay, this is a amazing verse right here, and this has been one of these things. First of all, he says, "You father, Adon of the Shemaim." What does this mean?
He's saying that that's his father, the king of heaven, the master of heaven.
Yeah, he says, and what is Adon, guys?
Master.
Okay, he says you. He says you. He didn't say me and the Adon of the Shemaim. He says you. That is a pronoun. It is not a noun, but it is a pronoun. And what do we make of this, guys? People say that Jesus and God are the exact same entity.
Well, it's not like they're two different people. The way Yahushua put it, he goes, "Him who sent me, my Father." He talked about two separate beings, and it seems that they are two different people. He doesn't seem confused. He doesn't seem like he's in both places at once. He seems like there's two different people and doing two different jobs.
Yep. And it says, "I praise you, Father." He says, he's saying, I, Messiah Yahushua, praise you, Father. Guys, there is no Trinity. The Trinity does not exist. That is a bust. That is a lie. Because right here, if he was the Father and he says, "I praise you, Father, Adon of the Shemaim and of the earth," he would be lying. He would be lying because it would be him that is the Adon of the Shemaim and the earth, and he's tricking us in the form of his son when it's really the Father, right? And that's not what our Creator is. We can't have it both ways. Okay, 22. "All has been delivered to me by my Father, and no one knows who the Ben is except the Father, and who the Father is except the Ben, and he to whom the Ben wants to reveal." And turning to his Talmudim, he said separately, "Baruch are the eyes that see what you see. For I say to you that many Nebiim and sovereigns have wanted to see what you see and have not seen it, and to hear what you hear and have not heard it." Okay, what is he talking about right here? What do you mean the Nebiim and the sovereigns have wanted to see what they saw and have not seen it?
They wanted to see a Messiah. They wanted to see their chance for salvation. They all wanted to see it. All the prophets preached about it, talked about it. Jeremiah, Isaiah, a whole bunch of prophets talked about it, and then there's a whole bunch of kings that wanted to see it too. Even David knew that there was a Messiah coming.
Yeah, all the kings, regardless if they were good kings or bad kings, the kings wanted to know if there was another ruler coming into town. The bad sovereigns would want to kill that king
Herodes.
Herodes. Okay, 25. "And see, a certain one learned in the Torah stood up and trying him and saying, 'Teacher, what shall I do to inherit everlasting Kai?'" And what is everlasting Kai, guys? What does that mean?
Life. Kai is life.
Basically,
Kai is life.
How do you get everlasting life?
And he said to him, "What has been written in the Torah? How do you read it?" And he answering said, "You shall love Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." And he said to him, "You have answered rightly. Do this, and you shall live." But he, wanting to declare himself righteous, said to Yahushua, "And who is my neighbor?" And replying, Yahushua said, "A certain man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and fell among robbers, who both stripping and beating him went away, leaving him half dead. And by a coincidence, a certain Kohanan," what is a Kohanan, guys?
A priest.
Okay, so a certain priest was going down that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side.
Went to the other side of the street.
That is how they do it. That is how they do it. You will see that there will be homeless people and there'll be beggars. There will be people alongside the road. People will do everything possible to avoid walking near them because they don't want to have that emotional connection and have to feel bad or have to look them in the eye or have pity, any kind of stuff. They will literally walk on the other side to not have to encounter these people. 33. Actually, did I do 32?
I don't think so.
32. "And likewise, a Levite also, when he came to the place and seeing, passed by on the other side." Now, who's a Levite?
Levi, that's supposed to be one of the 12 tribes.
Yeah, and so he was probably just part of the Levites, so he probably was a priest. Okay, so
he had some kind of probably priestly job at some point, I'm sure.
Possibly somewhere, yeah. I mean, but first of all, you had a priest walk by, and then you had somebody who's identified as somebody who should have helped other people because that was their job. The Levites were supposed to do that. So, "And likewise, a Levite also, when he came to the place and seeing, passed by on the other side. But a certain Shomerite journeying came upon him, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. And he went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine, and having placed him on his own beast, he brought him to an inn and looked after him. And going out on the next day, he took out 2 pieces of silver, gave them to the innkeeper, and said to him, look after him, and whatever more you spend, I shall repay you when I return. Who then of these 3 do you think was neighbor to him who fell among the robbers? And he said, he who showed compassion on him. Then Yahushua said to him, go and do likewise. And it came to be as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Miriam, who also sat at the feet of Yahushua and heard his word. Okay, who are these people?
I believe it's Mary Magdalene, but I think it's stated her before.
Is this Lazarus' people?
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
I think this is isn't Mary Magdalene, Lazarus, and Martha, right?
I should probably know this. I don't know this. Does anyone know this?
I'm pretty sure that's them, but
There's a few Miriams.
There's a group of them.
I think that was a very common name in Yashrael at that time. It's Miriam.
Right. Okay, so she had called her sister Miriam, who also sat at the feet of Yahushua and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And coming up, she said, Adonai, are you not concerned that my sister has left me to serve alone? Speak to her then to help me. Yahushua answering said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about much, but one only is necessary, and Miriam has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her. Okay, what does he mean by that? But only one is necessary.
Basically serving Yahushua.
Right, one serving. Now, can you guys put yourselves in the sisters' boats about feeling that way that others are doing it? Tell me,
absolutely.
Jake. Tell me.
When you're
Tell me about
you're
this.
doing something and someone else is doing it, but they're supposed to be helping you with it, and they're not. It's very frustrating.
That's very, very frustrating. So you guys see, Martha is worried and troubled about much. She was trying to serve the Adon. What do you guys think?
Trying to get the job done, but
Trying to get the job done.
the job can't get done if there's only one person doing it.
So as brothers, you can kind of relate to this story at all?
Yep.
Yep. I got one who's yep, and I got 2 guys who are like completely silent. Eli, what do we make of the silence?
It's happened to me too.
Oh, it's happened to you too? Okay.
It's not just him.
It's not just him. No, it happens to all of you guys, and it happens with things like dishes. Like everyone's. It used to happen in dishes. You used to have this weird thing that you needed 2 people to do dishes for some weird reason, or didn't feel.
Feeding the cows and chickens.
Feeding the cows and chickens. Yep. But the thing is, these guys are twins, and so they shared rent for the first 9 months, and so it's really hard to break the twins apart. I don't know. All right, that's it. I have nothing else. Does anyone else have anything?
No, that is it. We will be live tomorrow night with Youth for Yah, the last finale, I guess, of
It
Proverbs.
should almost be like women for Yah because the chapter is 31.
31 Proverbs 30 probably should. It should
Instead
be
of youth for Yah,
women's.
it should be like youth women for Yah.
You should get your mother in there. See if she can get in there for Proverbs 31 for that last one. That would be amazing to have your mother in there for the very last Youth for Yah. Because she's a Proverbs 31 girl. And I hope all of you women out there are Proverbs 31 women out there. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys very much for joining us. We love you all and hope you have a wonderful day.
All right, shalom.